I'm excited for today's video because I'm going to show you all how to do something that I know a lot of people are trying to figure out how to do with their forms. What we're going to do is create a form that when a user selects an option from a dropdown, that certain text will appear in your document. Then if that user selects something different from that dropdown list, then a different set of text will appear. You can use this for a wide variety of types of forms or applications that you may want to use this for, but in today's example, I'm going to show you using a time off request form. So we'll take a look at the form and how it functions, and then we'll actually build it from scratch so you'll learn how to do it. All right, so let's take a look at this. This is a time off request form that I've created, and I have a today's date field that will automatically populate with today's date whenever a user opens up the document. We have an employee name field, the manager's name, and then when we come down here to employee status, we can select either full-time or part-time. So when I select full-time and hit tab, you'll notice that special instructions for full-time employees are populating into the form. And even down here, the reasons for their requesting time off are related to full-time reasons. And then if I were to come up here as the user, and if I had selected part-time and I hit tab, then the part-time employee instructions pop up, and you'll notice down here that the options available for part-timers are visible. So I'm going to show you how to do this in this form, and also stick around till the end so you'll learn. I'm also going to show you how to insert images, and doing the same application you can insert a photo or image, and in this example what I'm going to show you how to do is insert an image of a signature. And so in this form, if I were to select the first manager's name, then their signature image would appear, and if I were to select the second manager's name instead, then the second manager's name would appear. So we use that the same way to do this using image files. I'll show you how to do that. All right, so let's go over to a blank document. This document just has the shell or the outline and the formatting, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to insert the form fields and set them up so that it will do this conditional type of actions for you. So in the today's date, the way to do that is simply come up to insert, and we're going to go over to date and time, and you can select any date format that you want here, and then make sure to click the checkbox to automatically update. That's what will automatically update the today's date field every time you open a new document, and just click OK. And so that will automatically put that field there so the employee never has to type that. Then we're going to just simply insert, come up to our developer tab, and if you don't have the developer tab enabled, go ahead and check out the other videos on my channel. You'll see how you can enable this developer tab on your Microsoft Word ribbon. All right, so you're going to come up to the developer tab, and we're going to come over to the Legacy Tools dropdown, and we're going to insert a plain text form field for the employee's name. Now what I want to do here is I want to name this field, so I can double click on it to open the properties, or I can simply select it to highlight it and open properties. I'm going to down here where it says bookmark, I'm going to bookmark and call this EE name so that I know this field is called employee name, and I'm going to click the calculate on exit button because I want to place that somewhere else in my form. I'll show you in a little bit. I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to insert just a plain text form field for the manager's name, and then here's where I'm going to insert a drop-down form field for the employment status selection. And so the formatting of this form is going to be based off of this particular form field drop-down, right? Whether the user selects full-time or part-time. So this is an important field. So this is our drop-down, and we're going to select it. I can double-click to open the properties. I'm going to go ahead and type please select and hit enter, and that'll add that over into my item list. And then I'm going to type full-time, add, and then part-time, and add. And then what I'm going to do is bookmark and label this field as well, and we're going to call this status. And then I'm going to click the calculate on exit button and then click OK. So now we have our drop down, and so we know this is the area down here. Our instructions is where we want this variable text to appear depending on what the user selects. And so the long way to insert field code, and that's what we're doing here is we're going to insert some field code here that will have some if conditions. Then the long way to do that is to come up to insert. You can come to quick parts, select field, and then you can actually select a reference field with if conditions from here. That's the long way. What I'm going to do is actually as a keyboard shortcut, all you have to do is hit the Control F9 button. Depending on your keyboard, you might have to hit Control Function F9. And so I'm going to hit that. And what that does is it inserts the field code. So it looks like these squiggly brackets. And be sure to know that you can't just type the brackets on your keyboard. That's just typing text. This is actually field code that you're inserting into your document. So you'll see those brackets, and then from there we can set up our conditional formatting that we want. So we're going to say if, and that's the first part of our equation here. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to insert another reference code, because what we want to do is we want to say if the drop down up here, which we named status, equals full time, then we want this text to appear. And then we're going to say if that drop down says equals part-time, then we want this text to appear. So that's what we're going to build here. So we're going to say if, and then we're going to insert another code. So I'm going to hit Control F9 again, or Control Function F9 again, to put in another code. And then there is where I'm going to reference. I'm going to say ref space, and then the name that I bookmarked the field, which is status. Okay, so that's done. So it's referencing that status form field. And I'm going to say equals, and then put quotes, full time. And I have to type it exactly how the drop down, I typed it in the drop down list. So if that form field equals full time, and then I'm going to put a space and put another set of quotes. And between those quotes is where I'm going to paste the text that I want to go in if the user selects full time. Okay, and so for these purposes, what I'm going to do is I can copy and paste from my original form. If I come over here to my original form and stop protection, and I want to view the coding, I hit Alt F9 or Alt Function F9, and it brings up the what's behind the scenes in your field code here. And so we know we want this text here. All full-time employees must give 2 weeks notice. And then if approved, here's how your form will be processed. So we're going to copy that, hit Control C, and then we're going to paste that in between over here. And so now we have the first part of our conditional formatting set up so that if the user selects full-time, then that text is going to appear. Now what we want to say is if they select part-time, something different is going to appear. So we hit a space. Then we're going to insert, again, Control F9, and then put another if, and then insert Control F9, referencing the status box again, status, then go outside of that squiggly box and say equals, and then your quotes, part-time, and again, spell it exactly like you did, and close the quotes, hit a space, add your other quotes, 2 quotes, put your cursor back in the middle, and this is where we're going to paste the part-time verbiage. So I'm going to go back over here, and this was the verbiage for part-time. So I'm going to just simply copy just that part-time verbiage there, if it'll let me just grab that like that, and then hit Control C, and come back over here, and our cursor's in between those 2 quotes, and we'll hit Control V to paste. So now we have set this up so that the instructional text will pop up differently based on whether the user selects full-time or part-time. So now if you want to check and make sure that this works appropriately, what you can do is come over to your Restrict Editing button, and the pane over here will open up for you. You can check the box for filling in forms, and then you can say yes, start enforcing protection, and then you don't have to put a password. And then what will happen is you can test this to make sure that it works. So if I select full-time and hit tab, then the full-time text comes up. And if I select part-time and hit tab, the part-time text comes up. Keep in mind that this is working when the user tabs out of the form field is when the text will automatically appear. So let's stop protection and take a look at this real quick. When we double click to open, we named it status and then we checked the calculate on exit, right? So make sure that your users have instructions to tab through all of the form fields in the document so that the conditional formatting will work. It won't work based on simply selecting the dropdown. It works on exit, so they will tab through or click through the other form fields in the document to make sure that that works. All right, I'm going to click OK. And let's continue on and include the conditional formatting in the other reference fields that we want to include for the different drop-down options for the type of leave that employees may take if they're full-time. So here is where we're going to hit Control Function F9. We're going to say if, and then we're going to insert another one. And in this one, we're going to still reference that status bookmark. So we're going to say ref status, then go outside of the lines and say equals, quotes, full-time, quotes, space, and then put your quotes. And in between those next quotes, we're going to say vacation as an example. And then however, if it's part-time, maybe part-timers don't have vacation as an option, they only have jury duty or some other type, then what you'll do is insert the control function F9 and say if, and then your function again, control function F9, ref status, then outside that squiggly, say equals, quotes, part-time, quotes, space, and then your other quotes. And then in between those other quotes, we're going to say jury duty. So this is where you'll continue on and type those different options throughout the rest of your form. And so we'll go back to the original form here, and you can see in my field code exactly how we've done that. So you'll see we said if reference status is full-time, show vacation. If it's part-time, show funeral. For this one, if it's full-time, show sick. If it's part-time, show jury duty. And that's how we got all of these fields to work. So you just simply have to type that in the field code and make sure that you have all of your different options available that you want to show up as that conditional formatting. All right. So now let's look at the signature section, because here is how we have inserted that field code, but instead of text, we've actually used image files, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So here we have created the drop-down box for selecting a manager. So I insert the Legacy Tools drop-down box, and I typed in my items here and added them over to the list. So I have two employee names here who are managers. So if the user selects one of those, they're going to get a different image file to show up as the signature. Again, I've named this manager name. MGR name is the name of my field. And then I've selected to calculate on exit. So I'm going to click OK. So I have that all set up. Now I'm going to place my cursor where I want to insert the image. And so I'm going to hit control function F9 and inserts my field code. And here's where I'm going to say if, and then control function F9. And this time we're referencing the MGR name field. And so then if that one happens to equal quotes the first employee's name, we type that exactly how it's typed in the list, and then we close the quotes, and then we're going to create our quotes and put our cursor in the middle, and then we actually come up to insert pictures from this device if you have your image saved on your computer. And let's pick the signature 3 transparent and click insert. Now it inserts an image and it looks like it's a pretty large file size, so you can actually drag it and size it right from here. So we can drag it, make it smaller. We're going to size it down a bit, and we can even rotate that image. If it's not straight, we can do some slight modifications there. And so we can fit that right in how we want. And it's in between those quotes. Now we want to insert the second image. So again, we follow along with our formula here. We hit Control Function F9, and we're going to say if, and then Control Function F9. We're going to reference the form field again, MGR name. And then after that one, we're going to say equals quotes and the second name in our drop-down list. And then close the quotes, then set up our other quotes, come back in the middle. And in this one, we're going to insert picture, image file, and we're going to select the other signature of the image file that we want. And again, we're going to size this one down so it will fit into the box just how we want it to look. And we can rotate that again, and we have that within our quotes. And so we're ready to go. So now what we want to do is test out our form. So we do come up to the Restrict Editing button on our Developer tab. So we make sure we already have it opened up over here. It's Restricted Editing. We check box number 2, make sure that it says for filling in forms, and we'll say yes, start enforcing protection. We're not going to put a password because we are simply testing right now. And so let's test and make sure that this is working for us. So we're going to come up to the employee's name or the status and select full-time, and we'll hit tab. And yes, in fact, our formatting does come up where we insert the instructions here for full-time, and the full-time option that we populated here comes up. And then if we select part-time and hit tab, the part-time instructions come up and the part-time option comes up that we programmed. And then down here in our image selector, we have, if we select the first name and hit tab, then the image pops up for that. And then if we select the second manager's name and hit tab, then the second manager's name comes up. So remember, you do have to have another form field to tab through for your user so that it will calculate upon exit. But this is a great way for you to create a conditional form that will auto-populate text in various places in the document that you select and you program, so that based on a user's drop-down selection from a certain list, the form can populate different items. I know this is something you all have been wanting to do, and so I'm excited to be able to share this with you today. Be sure and check out my other video on how to create a digital signature quickly and easily. If you found this form helpful, you can purchase it for download. There's a link in the description below the video, and you can use this as your own form that you can format just the way you need it, or you can use it as an example. If you found this video helpful, be sure and give it a thumbs up to like it. You can subscribe to my channel and click the bell to receive a notification every time I post a new video. Be sure and visit my website, SharonSmithHR.com. I'd like to thank all of my viewers, all the great comments and questions. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below the video. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.